All right, let me discuss another topic for today. And this one is regarding, as you can see in the image right there, it shows my old high school, which is Magnolia High School. That's basically, you know, the gym or the big old stadium where they hold assemblies and stuff. So I'm showing that picture because on this very day, as I looked at the date, it is June 21, 2025. Okay. If you notice the date, some of us remember it very clearly. June 21 was the very day, and it's 20 years ago, exactly 20 years ago from this very day, um, and the year that I graduated, or the graduation was held for the class of 2005. I was part of the class of 2005. So was a boss. So was Juan Andrade, former classmate and ex close friend. Arnaldo, ex close friend, also former classmate. Chris Charnock, I still keep in touch with him. Yeah, he's pretty much faded off. Um, yep. So we were all in that class of 2005 as we graduated on this very day. I remember the senior breakfast, where was it? Hometown buffet, if I'm not mistaken. And then after that, we did the rehearsal at Handel Stadium, the one in Western High. We did the rehearsal there. It was all good. And then later in the day was the actual graduation ceremony, the walk and all that. And yeah, a lot of good memories, man, on that day. And yep, it was. And then dinner at I forgot. I know it was a Chinese restaurant, but yeah. So so I took pictures. I had pictures with Chris and obviously my family. Not forgetting them. Chris. Um, who was it? Oh yeah, Juan. Uh, and that was actually, and I think I had with Tristan. Did I have with Tristan? Oh yeah. I forgot to include Tristan in there. Yeah, he was also in the class of 2005. Ex, well, I met him in Dale, but you know, ex close friend, and dude, it was my neighbor, and I started hanging out with this dude after our junior year, so I cannot forget him, and also Vivian. Um, don't know where she's at now. I'm assuming she's still in Memphis, so, or I mean, not Memphis, somewhere in Tennessee. Anyways, yeah, so so yeah, it's on this very day that the class of 2005, I was part of it, graduated. I still have the yearbook, or I still have I think I still have the graduation brochure that listed all the names, and obviously still have the yearbook as well, the actual yearbook of the class of 2005. When I got in my senior year. All the other yearbooks I made from 9th to 11th grade, you know, I I made them because I saw no use buying them. I would like to, but now I decided to save my money for um, my senior year. So yeah, I just cannot believe it's been 20 years, and time flies, and just remembering this very day, I was like, wow, June 21, and I looked at 2025. I'm like, wait, something has to look familiar here. So it's been exactly 20 years ago since that I graduated, or the graduation happened in 2005, and the grad night happened the next night after. I remember June 22nd. Oh, I know what tomorrow is, but obviously at the time I didn't know. 2005. I mean, was Mara even born yet at that time? No, because I met her in what? in 2016, and how old was I? 29, and she was like 21. I think she was only 21 years old at the time. 2016. That means in 2006 she was like 11, and then 2005 she was only 10. Wow, only 10 years old when I graduated in 2005. But yeah, anyways, sorry to kind of make trying to make her relevant here on this this conversation, even though it's not relevant anyways. So yeah, as time flies, dude, it's so memorable to see this very day. I'm just wondering if man, if only I was on Facebook right now. I have not been on social media for a long time now, because I remember back in 2015, and I'm not sure if it's on this very day, but I just know that there was a high school reunion in some bar. I forgot what it's called. This is like two pianos, something like that. I just know it was a bar, and I remember I saw Anastasia there, and Peter Lee, one of the famous dudes, Mr. Yo-Yo guy, who I know from Dale. I brought my ex best close friend, also former best friend, Diana, as a guest, and I know Chris was there, and yeah, I think a lot of us were there. I think I saw Oscar over there, Emily, obviously. I think it was all of the class of 2005, because yeah, it was a high school reunion then, obviously 10 years from when we graduated. I'm wondering what they're doing now for this year, 2025. Well, I wouldn't know because I'm not on Facebook. And two, yeah, I have not talked to Anastasia in a long time. So, I mean, who knows what's happened, but, I got other problems. I got other issues I got to take care of. I mean, I've been very well focused on that, as well as my career in graphic design. It's been a total pain in the ass, especially as of late. It's just those two very things I'm focused on right now. I'm just not aware of what the next high school reunion is. I'm talking about 20 years from when we graduated in 2005. Who knows what's happened by now? Who knows what's happened to a lot of those guys from my same class? I know Chris is still around. I know Boss is still around. Definitely, him and I are in touch. You know what I'm saying? So maybe him and I can definitely do something, as part of the 20-year high school reunion. No, not be fair, but hey, let's try to get Chris along, Anyways, yeah, but and with all due honesty, I really don't care. So, I mean, who knows what's happened to the rest of them? But yeah, so as I bring up this topic and addressing, more like reflecting what happened on this very day. What does this mean for me in my life? As it pertains to this very moment. Well, obviously, having to deal with the school life. I know before getting to college and eventually university in Cal State Fullerton, I was part of the school life. A lot of my life has been centered in the school life, where I met most of these friends. Obviously, I met these friends I have now mostly from the nutballers. I met them from school. Carlos, Julio, Robbie, Abbas, Chris, who went to the same high school as me, as well as junior high. So what does this mean for me? I feel like when I had to deal with my school life, I feel like I could handle it. Just the school life in general, that I'm able to handle myself and able to accomplish some things. Even if I struggled, I'm able to fix those struggles and eventually overcome my obstacles, and I'm able to gain good grades and able to pass all these classes and become a winner by getting a diploma, which then eventually turns into a degree, So I feel like a winner there because I'm able to do something, you know, that I'm capable of doing myself, which is actually, you know, pass all my classes, study, pass all the quizzes and tests, papers. God, I hate that part. Certain projects, especially when it comes to art, all other things, man. You know, just overcoming some obstacles, and you know what, able to make it. And to be honest with you, I pretty much miss the school life. That's why right now, as I'm learning UI UX design, I even told my therapist this, that it almost just feels like I'm right back into the school life, just having to separate myself from what's happening here at home and all that, and just just deeply concentrate on what I'm learning, especially if I want to improve my graphic design career. And when I watched the videos of wireframing and all other stuff pertaining to UI UX design, I just actually found myself enjoying watching them because it kind of gives me that nostalgia feel of you know it gives me that nostalgia of just being in school and learning stuff. I know, like, back then in school it was really, you know it can be really stressful, especially in the college life, but for the most part, like, just having to do this, and especially with just feeling so stuck in my life and having to deal with the same stuff around here it's just never ending here at home and even at work. I found my joy in just learning what I'm learning. So it really makes me feel like a winner in that sense, that, like, I feel like I'm in the school life, like being part of a certain group, like feeling like I'm part of school again, right? Versus just having to just be part of something here at home where all these problems are just never ending, right? And sometimes I just feel like I could never get enough credit, even though it's not always true. It just feels that way. But when it comes to school, I actually feel like I've accomplished something, feel like a winner. And compared to all these issues, like, especially here, they're just never ending for, like, how many years now? You know what I'm saying? Same with work, for how many years now? And friend circle, it's just some issues I'm having. That's just a different story in itself. But you know, I just want to say, when I'm just reflecting on this, really made me miss the school life, and just really having to just learn something, as a part of growing to be a better person, and to grow academically, and especially going to the workforce. And in my case, obviously, I know I got a whole lot more to learn, and with my graphic design career. So it is going to be a whole lot. It can be stressful if I really want to make it out. But I'm just really having all this impatience in my work and having to quickly update my resume. I mean, let's just see what happens. But all the while, I'm going to see how many hits I can get on my job search. So yeah, I just wanted to reflect on this very day, which is the graduation day for the class of 2005. I was part of it, as well as most of the people that I know of. Some that I'm keep in touch with with on this day, till this day, like with Boss and Chris. So yeah, man, this is all I want to say. And I just hope I can really get myself, like, when I do get a new job, that can really feel like I'm in school again, because I'm gonna learn something new. Because if this is where I'm at with with graphic design, having to learn some new things, then obviously I gotta take advantage. But it is a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it's just a whole lot, and I gotta take advantage if I could, because it makes me feel like a winner. It makes me feel like, I have so much potential in life when I'm dealing with the school life, going to my education, and my therapist is proud of that, you know what I'm saying? So I got to continue what I'm doing, even if I feel so stuck right now, and having to be stuck and really wishing that I just have my own place right now, right? But for the most part, I'm doing what I'm doing. And so this is all I got to say. So let me know what you think.